March 24th, 2015, an Airbus A320 Germanwings Flight 9525 left Barcelona, Spain to a routine flight on Düsseldorf, Germany, definitely butchered that name, going above the French Alps. A flight that should have taken less than 2 hours instead ended in silence. Hi, my name's Jeff, and welcome to a series that I'm calling The Dark Side of Aviation. The captain that day was 34-year-old Patrick Sodenheimer. He had over 6,000 hours on the A320. Colleagues called him a calm, confident, and dependable instructor. Beside him sat the 27-year-old Captain Anders Lebitz. Early in his career, he only accumulated 600 hours on the Airbus and just came out of the Lufthansa flight school. Lebitz was also later found to have severe depression and anxiety, which was something that was overlooked in his medical checkups. At 9:30 a.m., 144 passengers took off at Barcelona El Prat International Airport. The aircraft reached cruising altitude of 38,000 feet above the Mediterranean in only a couple minutes. The pilot exchanged brief words with air traffic controllers, and to them, everything was fine. Things took a dark turn, however, at 10:01 a.m., 1 hour after takeoff. Before the flight, the captain told Lebitz he couldn't use the bathroom as he arrived there late. But at 10 a.m., the captain told Lebitz he was stepping out for a quick break, to which Lebitz replied, "You can go now." Seconds after, the pilot left the cockpit and the door was locked. Moments when he was alone, Lebitz set the autopilot from 38,000 feet to 100. ATC noticed immediately and tried to make contact. There was no response. When the captain returned and realized the door was locked, he began banging, shouting, and even grabbed the emergency fire axe, and started hitting it at the door in an attempt to break it down. This, of course, alerted the passengers, who then started to panic. But no one could get inside the cockpit. This is because all aircraft was required at the time to have bulletproof doors and automatic locks after 9/11 to make sure to stop any hijacking attempts and stop anyone from getting into the cockpit. People managed to see the French Alps mountains at 3,000 feet at 10:41 a.m. Flight 9525 then disappeared from radar. It had struck a mountain near Levant, France, at 380 knots, killing all passenger and crew, all 150 people, instantly. The crash site was isolated and devastating. When investigators recovered the black box recording, the truth emerged. The descent was deliberate, Levitt's breathing was calm throughout the crash, and they could hear the captain trying to break down the door. I am going to play it now, the voice recording, but be warned, it can be a little disturbing for some people. With the fact of high depression and steady breathing and the locked door with no communication, it wasn't rocket science to know that it was a suicide attempt. The shock was global. Everyone asked how this could happen. Within weeks, many airlines, including Lufthansa, Air France, and Emirates, introduced the two-person cockpit rule. This required that two people must always be in the cockpit at all times. If a pilot stepped out, a flight attendant must step in. Many airlines saw the door as a huge problem as well and added an override switch, which needed a code that only both pilots knew. Did this work though? Well, kind of. The two-person rule was a huge failure. See, a flight attendant knows nothing about planes, knows nothing about flying, and if a pilot crashes the plane, the flight attendant wouldn't know what's happening. It's easy for a pilot to crash the plane with a flight attendant not knowing. All they need to say is either, ATC told me to do this, or I'm just doing this because of safety. And flight attendants wouldn't really know that anything's wrong, thinking that it's normal, because they don't fly the plane. And it was even found that experienced pilots could stall the airplane with the co-pilot not even knowing and make it unrecoverable. This is scary, I know, but that's why airlines are doing better mental health evaluations, and most airlines have removed the two-pilot rule. It was a tragedy nonetheless, but it was necessary to make aviation safer. It was a bitter lesson, killing 150 people. It had helped shape the skies to be safer. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you want to know more about a plane crash that you're curious about, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy, and I will try to make a video about it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Jeez.